Hello, and welcome to Reserve Inspirations D&D, where my friends and I play a sci-fi homebrew version of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition for your entertainment. My name is Aaron, your Galaxy Master, and I am joined this evening by my friends and players, Priya, Kayla, Mike, Sarah, and Lauren. And behind the scenes, of course, Andy is hanging out with us, and some new announcements this week. With the pandemic, college courses, work schedules, and general adulting, we, like any other group of D&D players, are having a tough time finding a specific day to go live to you. And so what we've decided to do is this. We're going to film our episodes ahead of time whenever we get a chance, and we are going to air them on Fridays from 7 to 10 p.m. on Twitch. Why Fridays, you ask? Well, it's because we put out a survey, and that's what you voted for. Didn't get your way. It's unfortunate. And if you didn't vote, you should have. Boo-hoo. So sad we're not going to go be live, but here's the bright side. If we're not live, that means that we can be in the chat with you. So I will be there answering questions, and players will be popping in and out depending if they take the first half of the episode, second half, whatever it may be. So check that out. We'll be there answering questions live. It'll be great. But what if Friday doesn't work for you? Do not fret. You can always watch the next episodes when they hit YouTube on Tuesdays at 10 a.m.
And if you love our content and would like to help support us, become a patron on our Patreon and get access to those new episodes Saturday mornings, the morning after they air. Not only that, but you can get bonus content and emotes as they are released.
Speaking of emotes, I'm drawing them. So I want to hear from you. We put out a survey as to which iconic image you'd like to see first, and as an emote, you chose the coffee cup from the Heavenly Roast. Keep your eyes peeled for new surveys on all our social media platforms. Also, I am working on some updates and some new character art. I just finished the line art for Kubrick, and it will be colored in like the rest shortly. Take a look at that on all of our social media.
So if I think I have this correct, Priya, we're at the moment we have the line art for Kubrick on the Discord. But once it's fully colored in, that's when we're going to put it on all the other social medias. Is this correct?
Correct.
Good, perfect.
Lovely. Another way to support our stream is to subscribe through Twitch, and you can do that in two different ways. You can pay, or if you have an Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch subscription each month. Keep in mind, to show continued support, you do have to re-up every month. Again, still free to you. So if you have a free Twitch Prime subscription, we would be very grateful if you'd send it our way. Please like our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is always free, and leave comments below because we love it.
Perfect. Thank you, Kayla. One other thing I wanted to point out is the way ifs are distributed is changing. For those of you who don't know, an if is an inspiration fragment, aka 1 point that can be used toward the result of any d20 roll. In the past, I have forgotten, to award them to people for good role playing, etc. And I just kind of, hand them out willy-nilly at the end of an episode. But to kind of, tighten it up a little, I've decided what we're going to do is characters are going to receive an if every time they roll a natural 1. So it'll be easier to keep track of, and it won't be so depressing when you fail miserably at whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, it'll be, like I said, it'll be easy to keep track of. And yeah, we're going to be testing that out. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Yeah.
All right. I can't hold on to it anymore. I need to tell you about the Adventures of Plonk, a miniseries spin-off of this campaign. It just aired its first episode this past Wednesday, and it will continue on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for about 10 episodes. Each episode is about an hour and a half. And at the end of the episode, there will be our Just the Tips videos. So if you enjoyed Christina's character, Plonk, and you want to see me as someone other than Zoxa, and let's face it, we all do, you should definitely check it out. Our friend John is joining as well. Great group and a lot of fun.
Discord.
social media, space fact. What I'm here to tell you about today. So we have a Discord server now. The link to that is in our Twitch as well as in our social media bios. Come and hang out with us, talk some D&D, share some memes. We just recently added a new channel on the server that is all about incorrect quotes that these characters say, and it is the best channel in that server.
You got to check those out.
It's so funny.
They are fantastic.
Other places you can find us on social media are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. Just search up Reserve Inspiration. We should come up. Give us a like, give us a follow, keep up with what we're doing. And today's Space Fact is thematically similar to last week's Space Fact when I talked about how 1 million Earths can fit inside the sun. I want to keep up with the theme of like a Russian nesting doll system of our solar system. So for today's fact, 50 moons of our moon can fit inside the Earth. And I can't do the math to figure out how many moons would be in the sun, but it's a lot.
Wait, how many Earths are in the sun again?
Okay, so last week I said that it was 1 million. Technically, it's like 1.3 million.
Oh, so you lied to our viewers is what you're saying.
I did.
Hmm.
So I guess 1.3 million times 50, because that's how many moons can fit inside the Earth. I can't do that.
All right. Does anyone have any other announcements? I know that was a long-winded opening, but anything else? No? All right, fantastic. Well, you know what time it is. It's time for a recap.
I'm just kidding.
So, the last time on Reserve Inspirations D&D, a lot of things happened, so here's just a giant list. Minerva and Zanesi decided to keep an eye on Kubrick due to some suspicions. Also, someone finally got a good insight check on Kubrick. Get it, Zin. Kubrick used restorative magic granted to him by his goddess Ayun to bring Modi's sight back, and Minerva hugged him, which was interesting. Zaxa attempted prayer after speaking to Kubrick about how he was able to restore Modi's vision. Zanesi worked on her EMP cannon, finishing the outer structure, but fried the circuit board. Looks like you're going to need a new one of those. Emmy finished handing out all the little gifts she bought for every member of the crew, and utilizing shards of the bongs long past, Tita and Emmy crafted a Frankenbong, which they, of course, broke in immediately. Didn't break, they didn't shatter it, they broke it in. Tita then decided it was a good idea to tunnel through the broken shower floor straight down into the cargo bay. So Zanesi made use of her newly gifted sticky notes to label the areas that he needed to avoid. Minerva sparred with number 1 and almost had him, but in the end was unfortunately knocked out. Then, not convinced Azazel was actually dead, she decided to pray to him for the first time in hopes she might get a sign that he was still alive. Instead, the prayer was intercepted and she got a brief, cold, and disturbing glimpse of the entity supposedly responsible for his death. Zaxa transferred his most important notes to his new journal that Emmy gave him, and decided to stay in his room and study his spell book. Not so easy when you're the wizard and everyone wants your knowledge. Minerva came to him about a spell to keep her hidden from this dark entity. Tita's bag was getting heavy, so he unloaded Anlam's shield on Zin and he gave Zaxa a crumpled up robe. Finally, Zaxa was visited by Emmy, who was hoping he could take a look at her talking sword Flash Freeze. He did. And Zaxa and Flash Freeze seemed to oddly see eye to eye. After that, Emmy took a seat in the cockpit with Kubrick and chatted. They talked a bit about where he's from, passing her bottle of liquor back and forth, until they spotted ships in the distance rapidly approaching. And that's what we're going to be picking up today. So, Emmy, you and Kubrick are sitting up at the cockpit. Everyone else is kind of out and about. If we want to bring up roll 20 on the ship here, I think that's the one it's on. It is. Everyone should be in their same places, but if you need to move some things around, go right ahead. But yeah, Emmy and Kubrick in the cockpit, and the two of you are, I would say, getting tipsy at the very least at this point. And I don't remember who it was last time, if it was Kubrick or you. I think it was you. Yeah, you noticed the ships and you kind of pointed them out, and he's oh, they're moving quickly. And that's where we're gonna start. Should we reach out to the boss or Minerva?
Well, I think we best tell everybody. We don't know who this is.
Hey everyone, it's Kubrick. I just want to let you know we got some ships coming. It's heading straight for us at a rapid pace. So come to the cockpit now. Bye.
Can I ask you something? Do you just like learn that at pilot school, like that voice that we're appropriate and on some certain death?
It's, Emmy, it's funny you ask because I never even went to pilot school.
Oh.
Yeah, I just did. Natural.
Natural. So like an idiot savant.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Can she do an insight check on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, he's smashed. 25.
25, yeah. He seems like he's just kind of spilling it to you. He seems pretty honest and earnest about not going to pilot school.
So what else are you so naturally good at, sir?
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
How obtuse of you.
I don't want to brag.
You do. I can tell you do.
At this point, what does everyone else do? You hear that announcement.
Oh yeah. Going to the cockpit.
Okay.
Zoxa groans and starts making his way to the cockpit.
Okay. Peter?
Yeah, I'm probably rolling my eyes, and I don't know that I'm going to go to the cockpit, but I am obviously going to come out of my room.
Yeah, Modi will head over there. He's not going to go in. He's just going to stand in this area, kind of looking through the angled doors to the cockpit. Okay, good. Yeah, as you all approach, the door opens, and you can immediately, anyone who's stepping inside, you can smell alcohol as you walk in. And at this point, I'm sure Kubrick has the bottle, and he's just like handing it back over to Emmy as they're chatting.
Can I smell it from outside the door? Because that might entice me to go in.
Let's see. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, they've been sipping for a while.
All right, well then
By the way, Emmy, your bottle is getting pretty low. There's probably only a few swigs left.
All right, well, I'm going to go stand next to Emmy then, and then wait for her to get it and try to snag a sip.
All right. So yeah, you all kind of pile in. Emmy and Kubrick are Kubrick's not even looking at the head. He's just still, the ships are approaching. He's just chatting with Emmy.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, "You drunk flying there, Kubrick?"
What?
This was all his idea.
Hey, come on now. That you came in here. I was here already. Oh, there's ships approaching.
Yeah, I was gonna say, put this.
Okay, well.
We look up, they're already next to us.
They're getting pretty close. And actually, if anyone wants to make a perception check, you can.
Or
No offense to the party, but really, you just left Kubrick and I up at the helm of a big old ship.
Good point.
All right, Zoxa.
9.
Tita?
11.
Zin?
17.
Minerva? I didn't catch that.
16.
16. Emmy?
What am I rolling? Sorry.
Perception. Well, actually, no. You're not even paying attention. We're chatting.
She already saw the ships.
Yeah.
I know.
So Minerva, you had 16. TT, you said you had what? 17 was it?
11.
Zin was 17.
Zin was 17. So Zin and Minerva, looking out, the way the ships have approached, they've kind of circled a bit, and there you can just barely see the nose of the ship, but it's almost like looking into a mirror. It's almost exactly the same as your gunship, just shinier and maybe newer. And around you are just flying in circles are 2 fighter pods, also look very shiny and very nice and new. And as they kind of pull up to the side, you seem to get a bit of a transmission coming in. And Emmy, you are sitting at the helm right now.
Who let me sit there?
Kubrick did.
You guys were in there alone, so.
Kubrick, the
Captain
non-pilot
Emmy.
pilot, let me in there.
The transaction, not transaction. It's trying to come through the message, but you need to accept it if you would like to. Transmission. And it's like, and then comes up on the screen, and you see a heavily plate armored Asimar, like golden blonde hair, a bit of a goatee type situation going on. He's like, "This is the gun 3692. What is your business in this quadrant?"
I'm gonna punch Kubrick into Kubrick.
What's that for? This is the gun 792. Huh? What? Minerva, what'd you say?
The number, you got it.
Yeah, 792. Yeah, gun 792. We are headed out of this quadrant.
Beautiful.
Very well. We will need to take an inventory of what you have on board. Standard procedure. Please deploy the docking bay. Kubrick's like,
His eyes
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Yeah,
On
same.
the guy?
yeah, sure.
I don't like this.
Standard procedure.
Yeah. Who is he? The space police?
That is a 16 for
Is
insight.
he the space police?
Yeah,
He seems very confident in what he's saying, and he has a very professional demeanor to him. Yeah, it's hard. It's a recording almost, so you can't really pick up their facial expressions so well, but you can kind of see them in the cockpit across the way. There's a couple people in there. They both are fully armored, and they're just kind of, one of them is looking over just at you, and then the other one seems to be making the message, the transmission.
Well, first of all, I think Emmy's gonna run away because she's drinking in the cockpit while these alleged space police are coming into the ship. She's gonna just.
TT, you see Emmy kind of slink out of the room carrying that almost empty bottle of booze.
No, I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, all right. I don't know if someone else wants to talk to these guys. Should we let them in?
us have anything to hide here, do we?
Do we? And he kind of like turns and looks at Tita.
Should we be hiding number 1?
What are you looking at me for?
You just, you always have drugs on you. I don't know if that's like if these are the police, then maybe.
They were purchased legally.
I mean, you're over here drunk flying and you're worried about my drugs?
Good point. Tita, you are the pilot now. He like stands up, takes a step back.
Whoa, no way.
And then he takes like another step forward, he goes slight stumble, and he kind of puts his hand on his shoulder. He's like, "You can do this, Tita."
No, I probably can't.
And then he just looks over to Minerva, like, "What should I do?"
Rick, if you are drunk, then you definitely should not be in the cockpit if we let these people on here. So, Tita, either you can take the pilot's chair or I will. Doesn't matter to me. But Kubrick, you should not be in here.
And as it's being said, you hear again over the transmission, please deploy your docking bay immediately.
Are we letting these people in? What's happening?
I definitely want to just like put the bottle down in my room and go back to what was going on.
Sure, yeah,
Just gonna go
absolutely.
hide.
I mean, I'd rather not fight them, considering their ship is of better condition than ours and outnumbered. So, unless anyone has any other plans, I say we let them on.
We might want to lock one in his room. He might be the one to cause trouble.
All right, I'll go do that. You
Due
guys
to
will-
the delay, we're scanning your ship.
I press the whatever button it is that opens the.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, sure. The docking bay begins to, depress and it extend out, and then you see the ship kind of pull off and circle around and then come in contact. And it takes a few minutes, and it does connect in the back where the hatch would open. So I don't know if you all want to make your way down or you want to stick around in the cockpit. Up to you.
I will go meet whoever shows up.
I will go down as well.
As somebody who's always in trouble, I'm going to go directly to the to the cop and speak my piece.
All right. All right. So those of you who head down, definitely do that. And as you make your way there, let's see, Modi's probably going to go. One, as you are all starting to head down that way, he kind of looks to, I would say maybe Zin. He kind of looks to you, he's like, what's going on?
The space police are here. They're gonna look at our ship and all the stuff. in it.
What, the galactic unrest neutralizers?
Yeah, them.
We were lucky enough to avoid them when Nolga team and I left earlier. Ridiculous. I want to stay out of sight. Where's the best place? You know this ship.
The broken bathroom? No, I'm kidding.
Probably that. Broken bathroom, your bedroom. Can't really go down into Modi's little business there. Yeah, I don't know.
Fine. I'll be hiding in the bathroom.
Okay. Don't follow me.
That makes me happy that you made him say that. I'll be hiding in the bathroom. Very gruff thing to say. Thank you.
All right, so those of you who are heading to the cargo bay, bring yourselves down there now. You see two, although I don't think I have any avatars for these guys. Let me see here if I can throw
They're not
something.
there then.
Yeah, that's the thing. They are. So
Correct us.
I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy and paste in a couple Diambras and a couple Diambras should be popping up any second.
All right.
Diambra, you're back?
You have a double vision.
Yeah, so the two of them head on board, and as they head in the little airlock, you see the first one comes up. He's got that golden goatee. He's like, "Who's the captain of this vessel?"
I'll take a step forward, I suppose.
Okay. When we scanned your ship, this model seemed as though it was decommissioned quite some time ago. How did it come into your possession?
It was granted to me and my crew by a solar. We're using it on a mission.
All right. There is a bit of a glow around the four of you that are in the cargo bay. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Let's see, who's in there? We got Emmy, what'd you get?
18.
18. You can lie. Zaxa.
1 second. I got. You said wisdom save, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That is 15.
15. You cannot lie. Minerva.
Nat 20.
Ooh, you can lie if you want. Let me quickly do Modi's. No, Modi can't lie. So of the four of you, Emmy and Minerva, you could both lie if you so choose to.
Did they know that we passed the save?
I believe. I don't actually know. Let me take a quick peek. So while I'm taking a peek at this, Tita, you are still up in the cabin area there.
I'm at the helm, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of holding in. Zin, did you make your way down, or are you staying with Tita?
The thing is, she was gonna make her way down, and then she remembered that she can't get down there by herself. So she's probably gonna stay with Tita.
All right. Anything that you want to talk about real quick while I'm looking this up?
I'm not really sure.
Sure, she says. Wait, Kubrick is still in there with us or no?
Okay. They do know. I don't know that you would know that they know. Minerva, make a wisdom check.
Okay.
Great wisdom check.
All right. Okay. All right. 12 plus 3.
Yeah. No, I would say that you probably have a semblance of an idea that it's their magic. They probably know if you are able to, shove it off. So as he asks you that question, you start to answer. He kind of, now, I will say, if you would like to fail it automatically, you can. Your choice. No. Okay. Emmy, you too. Same thing with you. Okay.
I don't.
So
I don't think Emmy thinks she knows enough to have to lie.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So maybe she would fail it because she might try and do something on her own. Anyways, she doesn't want them to know.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to fail it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you cannot lie in this particular instance. Only Minerva can lie. So you can avoid answering a question, but that obviously makes you look more suspicious. But yeah. So Minerva, you see him kind of pull out this little slate like tablet thing, start clicking on it, typing. Okay, yeah. You said a solar.
Yes.
Which one?
I am champion, Azazel.
Zaziel. Checks out. Just we need to make a quick sweep. I would appreciate it if you would accompany us through.
Any particular reason? We're just passing through this area. We're not intending to stay.
Oh yeah, this is just this is procedure. We protect this quadrant from devils and any other fiends that try to make their way in.
Wow.
So we just want to make sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary going on.
All right, but I assure you that none of us are a threat anyway, and your time could better be spent elsewhere.
And I appreciate that, but we have to do our job.
Under whose orders are you working?
That would be under our Grand Admiral, Sadkiel.
Makes sense. I've spoken with him before. I can...
He kind of like laughs a little. Oh, have you?
Yes.
Sure. So where should we start?
I'll take them through the cargo bay first, I guess, since we're already here.
All right. The other ASMR with him is a shorter female, and she has bright, like strawberry blonde colored hair, pretty long, kind of goes down to shoulder blades. And yeah, she's very quiet. She just kind of follows along, and she follows along as this other ASMR is kind of checking things off on his little tablet. And she's kind of, as he's doing so, she's looking around, she's pointing things out to him and whatnot, and he's making notes. And the two of them just continue to follow around. He's like, as they're going, now this is to all of you because all four of you are there. So, how long have you been out here in this quadrant? And he kind of looks to you, Minerva, to be quiet, and like looks to the rest of the people. So Zaxa or Emmy?
Oh, no, he's not talking.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely probably smell like liquor too. So
Oh,
it's
for
probably
sure.
didn't say much. So I'm probably in the back, just in the back, going like.
So then Modi, I guess, Modi would be like, I haven't been out here for too long, not in this ship. We literally just left a few days ago. We're heading out. Where are we going, Minerva?
We haven't been here for very long at all. And like I said earlier, we're just passing through. We could do that a lot quicker if this inspection was either not happening or quicker as well.
Oh, if you're in a hurry, we can most certainly keep pace with you while we inspect. That's not a problem at all.
Start running.
So then he goes on the tablet, clicks a little thing. He's like, yes, if we could just keep our gun at the same pace as this ship, they are in a hurry. And the other ship seems to kind of keep the exact same pace with you guys as you're flying.
Great.
So you can go normal speed.
I start walking faster then. All right, keep up then.
Yep, they'll start following behind. So he looks through the transport pod. He takes a look at your hover speeder, and he's like, it's a good-looking speeder you got there. I haven't seen this model, and it's rare.
Oh, well, like I said, we're working for a Solar, so.
So am I. So am I. And you can see there's an air of arrogance there. Like he thinks he's better than you. You know.
I know he's just like Anlam. I know what I'm dealing with.
He is very much like Anlam, yes.
Oh, I miss Almond.
He's like, all right, I think your cargo bay is checks out. Shall we go upstairs to the engine room?
Whoa, that's a little forward.
The female kind of looks to you as you say that, Emmy. She gives like a slight smirk and then continues to do what she's doing at the moment. You don't seem to get a reaction from the male.
He doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it. No.
The lot of you make your way up the stairs to the engine room. He kind of like, as they walk by, him and her, they kind of look into the engine furnace. He kind of taps at it a little bit and kind of looks inside.
Are there still dead drill bugs in there?
Yeah, probably. There's probably remnants of
Nice.
for sure. Like little shells of the drill
Just
bug.
look in there, nod. Like, I remember that.
Back in the good old days.
He looks at your power core. He's like, could use a little charging, but not too bad, not too bad. And then they kind of circle around and continue on. Where would you like to lead him next?
Go to the mess hall, I suppose.
All right, yeah. So as you're going down that hallway, let's see here. You go down the main hall, and you're about to try to bring him past the intersecting hallway that leads to the dormitories to go to the mess hall. And he's like, "Oh, hold on, now we got to check the dorms."
You want to see people's personal spaces? That seems a little invasive, more so than you're already being.
Just a quick peek. We won't even go inside. Just want to make sure there's nothing unsavory.
What exactly are you thinking you'll find here?
Contraband, stowaways. You never know. The other day, let me tell you a story. And as you start to walk through the first section of dormitories, he's like, the other day we stopped the ship. Everything, they claimed everything was fine, and we searched it, deck to cockpit, and it looked great. And then we get to the dorms, and they're like, "Oh, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there." We checked, fiends just everywhere. They were trying to smuggle them onto the planet.
Okay, listen, I get that you're doing your job, but
well, I can tell you that there are no fiends on this ship.
I know things out in the galaxy are kind of bad right now, like really, really bad, and genuinely you are wasting your time here, time that could better be spent elsewhere.
Generally, when people keep telling me that, that's when there's something to hide. And he'll just start opening doors to bedrooms. He's literally just opening, kind of looking in, closing. Does anyone have a locked door?
Is that a thing that we could have?
Right.
Oh, I would lock my door.
Yeah,
Right.
if it's supposed to be locked, I would definitely have locked
Yeah.
it with booze.
All right, so
Like
Emmy,
bag of items. Like what?
Emmy, Zaxa, Tita, you're all locked doors?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he pops Zin's open, takes a quick peek around, fine. Look across the hall to Kubrick's, fine. Minerva's, fine. Modi's, fine. Zaxa, this one is locked. Can we take a peek, please?
Did
Whose
Zach
room is-
follow us, or
I think so. You followed
yeah.
along. You're there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say at this point, Zin and Tita, you can hear people talking and conversing. You can't make out what they're saying, but you can hear that there's people moving about.
You hear, you hear grumbles.
You hear mumbles and grumbles for sure, for sure. You hear mumbles from whoever these people are, and you hear grumbles from Minerva, who's very upset that they're looking through the cabins.
Very accurate.
If you'd like to do anything, you are more than welcome to. If you'd like to stay in the cockpit, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna. I don't hear any commotion. I'm just hearing whatever, so I'm just gonna wait. I'll probably try to keep a better ear on like Minerva and see if I hear anything, but I'm not gonna go out yet.
Okay, sounds good. Zin, you're staying put.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at Tita and be like, so what do you think is the chance that this is gonna end well?
Like probably 0.
I like that.
Oh, fantastic. So yeah, this ASMR now, he looks at you, Zaxa, or he looks at this group of the 4 of you, and he's like, so, whose room is this?
My room.
Oh, could you please just pop it open for me for a second?
I'll look at Minerva. He will glare at these ASMR as he opens his room. He unlocks it and lets the door up.
Takes a peek. Thank you.
Sure. Shut it
them-
and lock it again.
The 2 of them turn around and they head to the mess hall next, which is where you recommended they go. You pop the door open there, and you see Kubrick inside. He's just sitting with his feet up on the table. He's like, "Howdy, I'm Kubrick." And the guy, and he's like, "Hello," and just kind of walks around him to take a peek. He kind of looks behind the shelves. Mess looks good. Writes it down on the tablet. Continues to move on. He's like, "I'll leave this up to you. We can, on our way back to the cargo bay, we can take a look at the other dormitories, or we can look at them now. It's up to you."
do them now, get it over with.
Well, now let's get it over with. All right. So the 2 of them make their way down the dormitories. They check Gherkin's room. Good. They check the empty room. Good. They check the other empty room. Good. They open Emmy's. They see McDagger just curled up on the pillow. And he kind of takes a step back for a second as McDagger like lifts his head and is like, and just goes back down into a little slumber. He kind of, the ASMR looks back to the 2. He's like, "Interesting creature you have here. not illegal. And he continues to move on. Gets to Tita's room. And Tita, you said yours is locked as well, right?
Yeah, I don't want Gherkin in there.
He's like, all right, and whose room is this?
Not any of ours.
We gotta pop it open at some point. And he motions to. He's like, "Do we have a master key? Or we can circle back. That's fine. We can circle back." Yes, Emmy. Oh, you wanted yours locked as well, right?
Yeah, it was locked. And if he was going to try and look in my room, I was going to try and cast Charm Person on him and the other girl.
Oh, all right. Let's do it. Let's do this. So we're gonna retcon slightly. He gets to your door and he goes to open it. Because as I described and then went to Tita's, I was like, oh, Emmy said that, yeah, locked. So yeah, he gets there. All right, whose room is this? Could you unlock that one for me, please? Mick Dagger is not happy about that.
Dagger sounds bigger than he was.
Yeah, he's ferocious.
He's vicious.
McDagger transformed.
That's when I'm gonna try and cast Charm Person on these two when they hear.
Okay. What a wisdom save?
Yes.
Hey, real quick before you roll that, Emmy, what is? I just curious. What is the DC to beat that? That they would need.
I know it's not that high.
But what is it though? He needs to know for what he wants to try to do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's 14.
14. Okay, so the guy walking around, he's gonna get a 9, and I'm gonna hope that he does not have a 5 or better for his thing. That's the lowest I can give him.
We'll just roll for the other one. Ooh, okay. As he's like trying to jiggle the handle and turns to you, Emmy, and says, "Whose room is this?" And then you do your thing. You charm him. Is there anything you'd like to say for that charm, or is he just kind of charmed? Because all of a sudden you see him, he just kind of stops and he's standing in place and he kind of looks at you and then smiles.
There's nothing to be concerned about in here, I assure you. It's just a resting little creature. Just a little
just a resting creature. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. All right, very well. And you see the woman he's with as well. She's like, oh, but if only I could see that creature. It's so cute. I would love to.
Oh crap! Do I have to try and like roll to refuse her her enthusiasm?
Well, they both seem to be charmed by you. You can literally tell them anything and they'll love you. So,
all right. Well, I want Emmy to be smart about this because this lasts for a while, but not long enough. So I want to take them into my room to see McDagger and tell him to be charming.
Okay.
And then tell everybody else, just figure out something. Another room they already looked in. Put them in there. Just like go back into my room with the two of them.
So you lead the two of them in there, and they come in, and McDagger kind of lifts his head, and you whisper that to him, and he's like, fine. And he kind of crawls over and like hops up with his little wings and like crawls along the woman's shoulder to the other side, like to her. She's like, oh, he's so cute, like petting him and whatnot. The other guy is just standing there like, hey, you weren't lying. It is a cute creature you got there. What's everyone else doing while Emmy is distracted?
Do I know that Gherkin is in the bathroom?
I know you do not. You do not, because you had already left, and Zin was like, oh yeah, there you shot in the bathroom.
That is unfortunate.
Can we see that the bathroom door is closed, thus implying there is a person in the bathroom?
You can make an intelligence check, Minerva, see if that's something you would have picked up on in the past.
You checked his room, and his room's empty, so you know he's somewhere that isn't in his room.
That's true as well.
I know he's usually in the armory, though, but I will still make an intelligence check if I may.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wait, does he glow? Would they be?
Oh, actually, sorry, this wouldn't be intelligence. Sorry, Sarah. This wouldn't be intelligence. This would be more perception.
Okay. Oh, that's better then. I've got a 14 plus 6.
Okay. Ooh, dirty 20. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say it doesn't. Does he glow?
Gherkin?
Yeah.
He can turn it on and off.
Oh, all right.
If he's hiding, he's probably got it off.
Right now.
You would hope and assume that he would have it off. Who knows if he actually does? So with a 20, Minerva, you would notice. Yeah, normally that door at the very least is ajar, and it is fully closed today.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna just say to Zoxa and Modi quietly, stand in the doorway. Don't let them leave yet. And then I'm gonna go over to the bathroom.
Okay. Zoxa, we can do this.
Do I have the talking sword on me?
It is in your bag, your bag of holding.
Okay,
so
that's right.
it is
That's right.
Up to
Perfect.
you if you have that on you. Is that something that you carry everywhere with you?
Oh, the bag of holding. Absolutely. That's where all my journals are.
Well, then yes, you have flash freeze with you.
Perfect. Okay, that's cool. What does Modi have for big things that are on him right now?
Big things?
Yes, like door filling sized things.
He doesn't have anything.
Just checking. Doesn't he have the shield? Didn't he Tita give Modi the shield?
No, that was
I gave
to
it to
Zin.
All right, that's fine. I guess I'll use the sword then. So I want to put the sword in the middle of the door,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Immovable Object.
So essentially, are you trying to make it so that it's like a lock, like it's a bar in front of the door so that it can't open?
That is exactly what I'm trying to do.
I love it. Okay. So what do we have to do? Anything, or does it just happen?
So they are in Emmy's room. I'll just casually pull myself in front of it, and I will take out the sword, put it in front of the door, and let's see. Touch an object that weighs no more than 10 pounds. I checked, it weighs 2 pounds. Cause it to become magically fixed in place. You and the creature you designate when you cast this can move the object normally. You can also set a password when spoken that suppresses the spell for 1 minute. If the object is fixed in the air, it can hold up to 4,000 pounds of weight.
Okay.
Well, damn.
Otherwise, a creature can use an action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, the creature can move the object up to 10 feet.
What is your DC?
14. So
I will write that down for when they try to leave the room.
Perfect.
So the sword, who are you assigning that can move it?
Just me. That's all that really needs to. I guess Modi can move it too, but I don't know why.
All right, I can move it. All right. Perfect. So Minerva, you head to the restroom. That is closed.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna open it.
Oh, you are not, because it is locked.
Okay, I'm gonna knock very gently then. Very, very quietly.
There is no sound.
I'll knock a little bit louder.
Again, no sound.
It's me. Open up.
You just hear a grunt, and then what?
And I'm gonna just grab his arm and I'm gonna start walking towards his room. And I'm gonna be like, you need to stay in your room. They already checked it, so they're not gonna check it again.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna make stealth checks.
Right.
You don't. I would say you don't have to. He needs to because he's so large.
Him
I want to
making
see
a
if.
stealth check. Jesus.
I want to see if. Well, no. I just want to see how easily the people who have disadvantage on perception right now because they're so enthralled with this little dragon guy. See if they can hear him creeping by. It's he's large, so I want to.
Wait. I know that he's not. I know that he is really, really not stealthy. Like, I know this about him because we talked about it last time, right?
Yeah, he said he's pretty big and clunky.
Okay. Amazing. I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on both of us.
You're so hoping you had that.
So now I know what this does, but please, for the audience and your fellow players, let us know what Pass Without a Trace does.
All right, so for Pass Without Trace, it gives a +10 bonus to stealth checks. And we can't be tracked except by magical means. That doesn't really apply in this situation, but he gets +10 on his stealth.
Yeah, I rolled. He's actually not as bad at stealth as he makes himself seem to be. He has a +6 in stealth, and his total with your assistance is a 27.
Good. Okay.
And let's see what the other two roll for perception. Oh, he's just so Gherkin makes his way down the hall, ducks out into his room, and you guys close and lock the door. Very nice.
When he goes in his room, I will uncast the spell, take the sword down, and put it back in my.
Really?
Okay.
The sword didn't say anything to him the whole time.
It doesn't speak. It doesn't speak if it's inside the sheath.
So, what are you doing with me? Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, why are you touching me? Okay, so we have these two in there with you now, Emmy, and some time has passed at this point. The female is still playing with your little dragon friend, and the gentleman, he seems like, yeah, he's charmed by you, but he's sitting there. He doesn't like this creature as much as she does, and after a while, he's like,
cool. I want to show on the road.
we need. I know you said you're in a rush and whatnot. We need to move this on if that's okay with you, of course.
All right then, sir. Let's take this show on the road, and then we'll just leave. I'll see if McDagger will just humor me and stay on the lady's shoulder.
Yeah, and as you start to open your door for a split second, it's like, and then you try again, and it opens, and you just see Zoxa tucking something away into his bag.
I stubbed my toe. Nothing. It was nothing. I stubbed my toe.
Oh, fantastic. All right, great. So they continue, and yeah, they're going to just bounce around from room to room, and they're buddy with you now. I mean, this lasts for what, an hour?
Yes.
Yeah. So the rest of the time that they're on here, they're joking with you. It's like they're a long lost best friend, and yeah, they go through. They taking their notes as usual. They don't go and check Gherkin's room. They go to the armory, and the gentleman's like, "Oh, what happened to that test dummy? Someone got real vicious with that, huh?" And he kind of like elbows you a little bit, Emmy, like, "Huh?" So yeah, they'll do their
I don't
rounds.
even know how it happened, so she's kind of looking at it like, how did that happen?
So that as they're walking, he's like, "Hey, so where are you all headed?" At this point, Zone of Truth has ended. It only lasts 10 minutes, so you can lie now, Emmy,
Oh, I can.
if you want. He seems like he's in a very good mood, like your good friend. So it's up to you what you want to tell him. But it's like, yeah, interesting that you're heading. It's almost like you're heading toward the plane of water or something close to that. But, well, at this point, plane of ice. It's pretty frozen.
At the mention of water, Emmy's gonna just kind of be like,
Do I hear?
Yeah, if the group of you are still all together, Minerva, you can hear everything they're talking about. Yeah.
So she'll just speak up and say, "Yeah, we're actually trying to find a way through it."
Oh, all right. Yeah, we got. There's not much we've been able to figure out so far. It's the plane of water. You can't fight against that, I guess.
Yeah, it's been giving us some trouble. It's a tough one for sure, but
What you could do? You could try to go around. You'd have to go through the steam system. I don't know if your ship, our model is definitely able to withstand the steam. I don't know this one, and he kind of the wall of it. He's like, a little clunky. No offense, it's a good ship, but it's a little clunky, a little old, outdated. It might be able to get through safely. But the question is, if you're trying to get through to the other side, eventually you'll hit the mud system, and the mud plane is it's a sticky situation. We'll just go with that.
I'm trying to charm. I'm gonna.
And just to warn you too, once you hit the mud plane, there's a lot of pirates and slavers. You should keep your eyes peeled. Try if any ship approaches you once you hit the mud section, you should just gun it and try to get out of there.
good to know.
Yeah.
You know anything about those pirates?
Oh, the pirates out there? Yeah, the Gith. They're rough group. I haven't gone too far, but I know that they've got. Let me make an intelligence check, see or a history check, see how much this gentleman knows about this situation. Okay.
Come on, Goatee knows all about it.
And he's like, that's the slavers and the Gith. It's not really my expertise. I know they're rough, but he's like, Marisa over here, she's pretty well versed in pirating.
Really?
Yeah, and she kind of steps forward. She's like, well, I wouldn't say well versed, but I know a bit. If there's anything that you need to know, Emmy, I'd be more than happy to tell you. And she kind of like smiles and looks.
I'm gonna shimmy over and be like, I'm intrigued.
Oh yes. So I know that you may or may not know, but it is odd for the Gith Yankee and the Gith Zerai to work together. There's been a long-standing conflict between the two, and like I mentioned, very odd that they work together. But I believe they have kind of a civilization built inside a ship on the outskirts of the mud plane, kind of where the earth plane meets the mud plane. And it's well defended. They have many ships, as far as I know. But yeah, it's. How much do you know about the Gith?
I may or may not have run into a couple of them.
You did. That's right.
At some point.
Oh, so okay. Were they Yankee or Zerai?
A Yankee.
They generally the Yankee are more warmongering and vicious. Did they try to kill you?
No.
Oh, that's good.
I think they would have liked to, but no.
Very good. That's wonderful to hear. But now, just so you know, the Zerai, on the other hand, they're more spiritual, and they actually gain certain abilities through their spirituality. I don't know much about how they govern themselves on this particular ship, but I do know that a lot of miners who mine in the earth plane generally stop in there for goods and supplies, as well as room and board. As far as I know, it's run by someone who isn't a Yankee, more a Zerai. And she just stops right there. And then the gentleman's like, well, this search is complete. Everything looks in order. It's been wonderful to meet you all. If you're ever back in this system and you want to, Emmy, and you want to flag us down, just reach out. He hands you the sequence code for their ship. He's like, I would be happy to, maybe get coffee sometime, and it'd be nice. And the woman's like, yeah, oh, that would be lovely. I would appreciate that. And then so they start to head back down. It's up to you.
I'll walk them there. I want to make sure they.
All right, so yeah, they make their way out, and they're like, "Again, what a pleasure. I hope you the best in your journeys, and be careful in that the mud sector. It's like I mentioned, it can be very dangerous."
Mm.
I'm gonna insist on hugging both of them on their way.
Oh yeah, big hugs, big hugs. Their ship kind of connects back with yours, and they say farewell, and they begin to head across.
Minerva's still kind of like this guy is annoying her because of his arrogance and his, all of that shit. So as he's leaving again, she's gonna say, "Cast your truth spell again."
He turns. He's like, "Would you like me to?" Sure.
Yes.
Ah, very well. And he, is everyone around Minerva?
As they were walking out, I have gone back to the cockpit.
Okay. Yeah, when they got to the gun deck and the cockpit, they just kind of popped their head and they didn't even do really anything. They saw Zin and Tita sitting there. They kind of gave a little wave and then just, headed back out. But yeah, he'll turn back and he's like, "Oh, why? Is there something that you would like to tell us so we know that it's truthful?"
Yeah, just something to prove. And she's gonna choose to fail the spell.
Oh, yeah, he casts. Yeah, you fail. So what is it that you would like to prove?
I have talked to Sadkiel.
You have.
I just thought you would want to know the truth. Now, be on your way.
Very well. Next time I speak to Tyr, I will be sure to mention you. And he steps onto his ship. They disconnect, and you see the gun 3962 begin to soar back in the opposite direction.
Do we see that as well? Like Zin and I in the front, we see them like leave.
Oh yeah, you can see the two fighter pods kind of follow behind and go with them.
All right,
I'm
so
with you
then
guys up there now.
I'm gonna turn to Zin because earlier I said there was like a 0% chance of that going well. So I'm just gonna turn to Zin and be like, I'd like to change my answer from 0% to 100%.
Why don't we? We'll meet in the middle. Maybe that was like the 1%.
Meet in the middle.
One. Oh, I love it. All right, so at this point, Minerva, Emmy, Zaxa, and Modi are in the cargo bay. The galactic unrest neutralizers have just left, and you are getting very close to your destination. Probably about a half day left until you reach the. Actually, you're probably just hitting the steam section of it now. It's up to Tita since you're flying. As you are going straight toward your destination, you and Zin notice that the purple and green and pink swirls of astral space begin to get very cloudy and steamy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna first, after I said that to Zin, I'm assuming this is all happening at the same time. I see them leave now.
Oh yeah, it's simultaneously.
So I said my little thing to Zin, and then I'm gonna get on the little all call and just be like, A, how did that go so well? And 2, you guys need to get up here.
With the communicator, I'll just broadcast it to everyone. Don't know, but on our way. And then I'm going to turn to Emmy and I'm going to be like, good job making friends.
It's the least I can do.
I didn't think that was going to go well, but you surely pulled it off there, Emmy.
I'm a sucker for blondes. What can I say?
All right.
Go see what Tita wanted.
Sure. Kubrick, as you are heading up the hallway, Kubrick kind of stumbles out of the mess hall and he's like, went better than expected, huh?
Rick, go get a glass of water.
All right. Do you want lemon?
No. For you!
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll do some water, sure.
You ever hear like alternating alcohol with water? You keep that in mind.
He turns and goes back to like the counter. And you guys continue to make your way up to the cockpit where you meet up with Tita and Zin.
As they come in, I'm just gonna like point to like the like
the
windshield
steam and
area
mist.
and just be like, like.
Right. Well, I guess it means we have to come up with a plan officially. Tita, if you put this in drift for a bit, why don't we all go talk about it in the lounge area?
Okay. And then I'll whatever I need to do for that, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, you just put it into drift. And you guys, where would you like to head to for this discussion? We'll kind of put everyone where they should be.
Before we leave, though, I wanna use the PA system just so that number one hears this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cops are gone. Strategy meeting in the lounge.
Okay. Yeah. Since he said that, he will make his way there. Kubrick will come stumbling in as well, as per usual. Okay. You are now all in the mess. I mean, sorry, not the mess, the lounge.
Mm-hmm.
You see one kind of standing there, arms crossed, leaning up against the wall. Modi quickly grabs a chair and kind of sits down. Kubrick stumbles in and is leaning like against the table slide. And he kind of slips for a second and fixes himself. What about the rest of you?
Zoxa is going to wish as hard as he possibly can that Tita moves the table.
What?
Because Kubrick's leaning on the table right now.
Oh, Kubrick for sure. Yeah. Sorry. I thought you said Zoxa was leaning against him. I was like, why do you want me to knock you over? That's so stupid.
Oh, no, he's leaning against the wall. He's just wishing really hard that you'll move the table. So
well, I probably will. So.
Yeah, so when you, Tita, you pull the table out real quick, I'm going to make a dex check, a dex save at disadvantage for Kubrick. Kubrick, the table gets pulled out from like under it. All of his weight's on it. When you pull him out, he's just like, it's one of those things where you just like it kind of, you just fall, but you don't pull the table far enough, so his head just on the edge of the table. He slams to the ground. He's bleeding. He's like, oh God! Why? Oh, why? Tita! Actually, he probably wouldn't even notice. Let me see. Second natural one in a row for Kubrick. He's like, oh, how did that happen? Oh.
I'm just going to keep walking by, and then I'm actually going to go stand in front of my video game because I don't want Gherkin next to it. So. I'm just going to do like a shrug, like, oh. Coop, are you okay, dude?
Oh, no. He's like, it'll be fine. And you see him, he just kind of touches the spot that's bleeding and just this golden glow, and it just heals himself. He's like, yeah, sure. It'll be fine, I guess.
When I get away from him enough so that he can't see me and I'm over by the games, super quietly even though he just healed himself super quick, I'm just going to be like, still worth it.
Zin, where are you sitting? Are you sitting, standing?
Well, I can't sit. So,
so are you sitting or are you sitting?
In my chair, probably close to where everybody else is.
Emmy?
Yeah, I guess wait, this is like a serious meeting or something?
It seems it's very, Minerva just called this meeting. Yep, it seems very serious. Generally, when Minerva does something, it's very serious.
Oh. I'm nervous, so I'm gonna go sit as far away as possible. Like okay. Wherever Minerva is, I feel like I'm in trouble.
I said you did a good job with the cops. Why do you think you're in trouble?
Oh, okay. No, it's just her natural instinct to try and get away.
I mean, to be fair, she usually is in trouble.
Yes, it usually is my fault.
Yeah. All right. So Minerva, you have everyone's attention.
All right. So we're about half a day away from where we need to be to find number one's missing wife. So we need to come up with a plan before we go in, because I don't think guns blazing is going to get us through this one. So
As much as I would like to just smash some heads, I have to agree with you, Minerva. It might not be the best tactic.
So tell us what you know about what we're heading into so that we're all aware.
I already told you everything I know. We were ambushed by small ships. We couldn't defend ourselves. She made me leave so that I could come back and save her at some point. And I don't even know. We were in that mud area, and
Did you see their main ship or just the smaller ships?
I don't know if it was their main ship, but they had a larger ship off in the distance. It wasn't. It was maybe a bit bigger than this one. Nothing too crazy.
So we don't know where we're going exactly.
Not really. It's in that general area. We got to follow Minerva.
Emmy, you managed to get some information from one of the ASMR that came aboard the ship. Did she have anything useful for us?
I mean, I caught one-word answers.
Okay.
Wait, wasn't Zaxa there with me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I saw him keep going like this with his little pencil.
Yeah, Zaxa has everything written down too, from what they were saying, I'm assuming.
Well, I don't know that that's where we're going, but I know that the Gith Yankee and Gith Zerai are have a civilization on a ship somewhere.
Yes, a ship somewhere.
Where the Earth plane meets the mud plane. That's where it was.
So if my tracking magic is leading us to a whole civilization on a ship, that sounds a bit more than we can chew when it comes to a battle. So I don't think that fighting is going to be the way to go here. Honestly, I think going inside and trying to be subtle might be our best bet, but I'm not sure.
But let's be honest, are we just trying to save some guy's wife, or are we trying to save more than that?
We won't know until we're there.
Well, if there's other people in need, we should try to help them.
I agree with that.
So
If we can.
we have no idea what we're doing.
That's what this meeting is for.
First
You got high hopes.
That's generally how this group works, if you haven't figured that out yet.
So the main objective we have is to find number one's wife. Modi's in, we know her. She used to work with us on the Halo ship before it got destroyed. Essentially, she's an ASMR with very, very dark hair, black eyes. Everything about her kind of screams void, I would say. But
Yes, I recall from our quick battle.
from our fight, yes. So we're only supposed to save her, but I would have to agree with Emmy that if we can save other people, I would like to. I just don't know how to even tackle something like that, because that's a whole city on a ship, it sounds like.
Right. And there's no way we're going to be able to get in and save other slaves. We need to find Nolgatame and get out of there.
But I mean, like, if on the way.
Yeah. All right. Number one, how about this? So you come into a situation where you're running away with Nolgatame, and you see this child in a cell that you could easily, with your strength, just rip apart and take him with you. You wouldn't do that. You'd just leave him there to die. And Gherkin's like, I don't know. If it would slow me down, I'd probably leave him. Well, now I know who to trust.
Well, I mean, how are we going to get in? If they have this whole civilization on a ship, I'm assuming it's not going to be easy.
Well, I don't think we've made that many enemies yet.
From my understanding of it, it's a place, if I overheard the other ASMR correctly, it's a place where other people stop for supplies or a place to stay every now and then. Yeah?
Miners, to be specific. So if we all looked like miners, maybe they wouldn't really care.
Or maybe if we just show up in peace in general, they wouldn't really care either. I don't think getting in should be too hard, as long as we don't come at it with all of our 2 guns trying to destroy their ship.
Is everybody going to look at one when you say that?
Yes. We all just turn our heads slowly and like just peer. Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna kill anyone unless you give me the word. Then I will, for sure.
So I don't think getting in is going to be the hard part. The hard part is going to be finding Nolgatame and getting her out. And the second hard part is, if we want to do anything to help the other people, we don't have enough physical space on this ship to save everybody. So
We also don't have enough information about this ship yet.
exactly.
We need to get there first and do some research.
The only thing I can think of right now is if the people on the ship being held captive suddenly gain control of that ship. That's the only thing I can think of, though.
I like where your head's at, man. I feel like that might be able to work. It really depends on, how many of those Gith are there, but
Yeah.
good idea.
So
Just
I
gotta see.
like Zox's idea about researching. We're going to need to know more about this place if we want to do what we can for the other people stuck there, too.
And what's my role in this plan?
You need to be here, Kubrick. If we need to leave very quick, you'll be the one to do that.
I'll leave you a communicator so that you can stay in touch with us.
All right. All right. Yeah, I guess. But if there's shops and stuff, like I kind of want to check it out.
Kubrick, this isn't a shopping trip.
What do you think? We're going to the mall, son?
Yeah. Well, what about like things to repair the ship?
True.
It took some damage in that battle.
All right. I think it would be fair, while we're doing research, I don't think we would need to leave hastily. There might be time for some shopping.
Thank you, Zoxa. Thank you.
We could also maybe say that there's one of us in the ship at all times. That way, if for some reason something crazy happens and we need to go, at least someone would be able to start it up. So Kubrick, if you wanted to go anywhere,
Why don't we just leave him?
straight off.
And he points to number 1.
Are you crazy?
You want to leave number 1, our ship?
Alone?
Yeah, he's not gonna leave without Nolkatame. And one's like, yeah, your stupid hat-wearing friend is right. I'll probably not be leaving here without her. In fact, I will never leave here without her.
The other thing too is, number 1, you escaped capture from them before, so if they run into you again, they could recognize you and ultimately realize that you're here on some kind of rescue mission, and that could go wrong for us. I'm not opposed to you staying on the ship, but
He just slams the wall. Bullshit.
Great, we can leave you in here alone and you can trash the place.
He doesn't even flinch. He just
Well, it seems as though we know what our roles are.
It's at this point where who has the highest perception here? Minerva? Passive perception?
it's a 16.
Yeah, I think it's you. Because Emmy, your insight's high, right? Not your perception. Okay. So Minerva, you can start to feel the temperature in the ship begin to rise slowly. as you're all talking.
Are my
You're having-
antenna going up?
Yeah,
What?
that's the first thing I look to. I look to Tita to see what the antenna are doing.
I said, are my antenna going up? How warm is it?
Yes, it's not by any means like extremely hot, but you can feel that, you're usually at like a cool, maybe like 68, 69 degrees in the ship. It's maybe like 74, 75 at this point. Like it's noticeably getting warmer for those who would, like Minerva, anyone with a high passive perception, anything maybe above like 10 would.
Oh, so then I would notice as well. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe my antenna are like tingling or some weird.
Yeah.
They're not moving yet, but I know that
They're kind of like you can feel that in certain parts they're starting to get a little
they're
stiff.
getting a little like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel that warmth.
She kind of just assumes that it's because they're getting closer to where the fire plane and the water plane like intersect with each other. She thinks it's just because of that.
Okay.
Is somebody driving?
No,
It's in autopilot.
it's in drift.
Okay. Just making sure, like, if somebody might be paying attention to, like, it's getting really hot and oh no!
I mean, like, I'll take a peek out the out the pod window, I guess, since I'm close to there, just to make sure.
Yeah. You can poke your head out. You don't see anything crazy. It's just it's just like foggy, steamy. It's just you're assuming at this point that the ship is just getting warmer because of the steam that is outside.
I mean,
but I think
it'd be weird and say, "Oh wow, this reminds me of college." That's it, and just look out the window.
I think with that we're going to take a quick break. That's a good ending point for now. We're going to go on a quick break. It will be right back, 15 minutes or so. Thanks so much for watching. See you very soon.
All right, a lot's happened, but I don't want to talk about it more than I have to. Here's all I have to report. After accidentally releasing the entity from the center of the elemental chaos, my crew and I traveled to the planet Isgard to make some repairs on our ship. Isgard used to be my home before I lived on the Halo ship with the Spite team, a tactical team of 6 Asimar created by the angelic solar of knowledge, Azaziel. So setting foot on Isgard felt like a much-needed return at first. Of course, it wasn't too long before I ran into trouble. As some of my allies have surely been able to figure out by now, I have a memory issue, to put it lightly. On Isgard, I encountered someone who claimed to recognize me, and what were his words? "I'll kill you if I ever see you again?" Something like that. I had no idea who this person was, but he wore a mask very similar to mine, and he was very, very angry. Turns out he was called Number 1, and was the leader of an organization known as the Obsidian Order. I apparently used to serve this order, going by the designation Number 6. I'm glad I chose a better name for myself once I woke up. Anyway, despite Number 1 threatening to end my life should he see me again, I allowed myself to be captured by the Order with the intent of deceiving them and rescuing another one of my allies they had wrongfully captured. Little did I know that my own crew was mounting their own rescue mission for me. And I suppose it all worked out in the end. A ship with my own crew caught up to the ship I was on with the Obsidian Order just as we all came to the wreckage of a third ship. Unfortunately, it was one I recognized, the Halo ship with my former Spite team. It had been torn apart by a gargantuan earth elemental. A few of my teammates, well, I'm not sure if I even could have protected them if I was there. I did find one of my teammates alive and awake, though, Nolgatame. Apparently, she used to work for the Obsidian Order too, under the name Number 4. Violent, angry, a drunk for power, Number 1 was relentless in finding her. I got to Nolgatame first, but I still couldn't stop her from joining him. She was very important to him, and he was able to restore her memories. All that time I knew her on the Halo ship, I hadn't even known her memories were gone too. A fight ensued. Number 1 deemed me more a nuisance than an ally, and tried to make good on his word of killing me. Now, I may be the one who's not able to remember much, but clearly he forgot how much of a fight I can give. He ran away in the end. Teleported away, actually, with with Number 4 by his side. I have no idea where either of them are now. but I convinced one of Number One's allies to abandon him and join me, and my crew killed the rest of his order in their endeavor to rescue me. So, if I do cross paths with Number One again, well, I just hope it's not soon. But anyway, 1 and 4 retreated, my crew had found me, and the Halo ship was in pieces. Olve was dead. Onlum was dead. Zanesi was close to being dead when I found her, but we managed to get her to safety. I thought that Modi was dead for quite a while too, but turns out he wasn't on the Halo when it got attacked. He was able to regroup with all of us on Isgard, and I have to admit that having him and Zin around has been a light in a dark void. But, everything else is so dark. Plonk is no longer with our crew. She's not dead, but the entity that emerged from the elemental chaos came for her. Tita and I tried to stop it, but whatever that thing is, it's a kind of power I can't contend with. Yet. I can only hope that Plonk is okay wherever in the galaxy she is. Her departure weighs on me. I can't help but feel like I often fail to protect people important to me, or, at the very least, people I'm charged with. Some leader I am. I can't imagine what in the hell Azaziel was thinking when he made me the captain of my own crew. And speaking of, Azaziel seems to have gotten himself into some trouble as well, if the gruesome vision of him in my dream held any truth anyway. But I don't know how to feel, because now I have reason to believe that he took my memories. That is all I have to report.
First entry off Verdalk. My life was saved today. I was teleported out of a poisonous coffin onto a ship. The ship works off the elves' magic, but it's also technologically superior to anything on Verdalk. I found a book at the excavation site, as well as an interesting bag. I believe they are both magical. More research is needed. I'm to go with these new humanoids I've never seen before. We're supposed to stop something from happening? For once, I don't know what's going on. Entry 2. The others I've been traveling with are, well, useful in their own ways. 2 fighting types and a small thief. Good for protection, I suppose. I have discovered that the book I found is a spell book. The text is difficult to decipher, but I've been fairly successful. Entry 3. We failed. The elemental chaos we were sent to protect was destroyed, and an entity of energy burst forth from it. I am unsure of what this means, but I saw the impossible depths begin to freeze over. I fear the worst. Entry 6. We've made it to Isgard. We need to get a job, to get credits, to get our ship fixed. Such things are beneath me. There are Tritons here. They might be able to tell me about the state of Vidalk. I must travel to Muspelheim, a city under the water. Entry 10. Minerva has sacrificed herself for our safe passage. Those mercenaries took her to their hideout. I don't think they know who they're dealing with, the fools. We know where they are, and we know how to hit them. I'm starting to enjoy these frivolous battles. Entry 15. We are returning to Isgard, having successfully retrieved Minerva, as well as gaining a few new allies. Captain Strang, Zinesi, and another Vidalkin, Vunisa. At this point I've taken a life, but I've also saved Kubrick. Perhaps I should leave the heroics to the fighters. Entry 20. Now Plonk has been taken by the same entity that we released. This group's failures are outweighing the successes. I can no longer trust Minerva or Tita to protect me. I must learn more from my book. The progress is slow, but it seems more reliable.
So, what am I supposed to be doing again? Oh, right. Updating you about what I've been up to or whatever? Honestly, Green, a lot's been going on. I mean, I know I told you about my family already, and how I have my great-granddad T-Sip's pickaxe with me, cause I used to be an excavator back on Pandemonium. Yeah, I say used to, cause I don't know if I'll ever do that again. Been zipping around, actually, I don't even know where with this crew. Speaking of the group, they're fine, I guess. Not sure what I'm gonna do now, though, that Plonk is gone. She was my sidekick, you know? Used to carry her around everywhere with me. I mean, she was actually pretty frail and small. We got into so much trouble. Like that time we were messing around in the escape pod and then actually detached from the ship. Totally wild. Good thing I played that stellar video game so much, cause I feel like it kinda trained me how to fly that thing. Another thing that's far out is this totally hot girl I met. And by hot, I mean she was literally made of fire. So frail and sexy, Green. Totally burned me, though. We messed around a few times, and then she just took off on a stolen ship. Guess that's why her name's Bernadette. So, I know you know I love smoking moss and making bongs. Damn, come to think of it, I've broken 2 already since I've been here, Green. Lost Genevieve early. Rest in peace, Jenny. And Riz, oh, so stellar. Rizzoli, our time was cut so short, girl. Too short. Speaking of moss, I almost forgot. I got a little daring and bought this, other stuff. A spray. Totally crazier trip, Green. We were out at this nightclub. Got this totally stellar vest to wear. I look fresh as Frel in it. Wait, what was I talking about? Anyway, who knows? We're gonna get caught up in something next. Whatever that is. I think we're going to Zox's planet soon. He's pretty sure it's frozen over. Dread like that is happening everywhere, Green. I heard some planetary news report that Pandemonium is under siege. Thrice and Floors fighting over surface territories? Sounds crazy to me, Green.
Hey there, my name's Inessi, Sin for short if that's what you prefer. I'm what you might call an inventor of sorts. My vast knowledge surrounding magical technology allows me to design and create new items that can help make everyone's lives a little easier. One of my more known devices is the Universal Winged Utilizer. Perhaps you heard of it. Anyway, I'm from a smithing guild in Brightwater, namely the Marketplace Eternal. I'm not much for the whole buying and selling of things, so my purpose was mostly just to make what was being sold. I also enjoyed sneaking into the back rooms of shops and observing what others were making. When I wasn't doing that, I was busy making inventions of my own. I think one of my favorites is definitely the gravity neutralizer. I've been inventing for as long as I can remember. Countless hours at the library poring over books about alchemy, welding, circuits, enchantments, anything I could get my hands on. When I wasn't in the library, I was sitting at my pa's workbench and tinkering with my new inventions and tweaking blueprints. I still remember my first invention. Long hours of editing and finalizing blueprints, testing prototypes, and eventually fixing prototypes. So thrilling. I guess that's what got Guild interested in me to start. Been working for them for a little while now. My spike team was pretty solid. Now, after what happened with the Halo ship and all the loss that came with it, things have been turned upside down for me. I've joined Minerva and her crew for a bit, and Kubrick's been helping me keep my mind busy. With everything as confusing as it is, I only wish that I was able to think the way I could before all this happened. Maybe then I'd be able to wrap my head around it a bit better.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is with great humility that I come to you to beg forgiveness for the wake of damage that
Miss Strang, I'm simply interviewing you.
What's that now?
This isn't the court, which, by the way, you are doing next week. So, Captain Strang, tell me how you got where you are currently.
Oh, that business. Well, that's a horse of a different color. Let's see now, where to begin? Oh, yes. What am I doing here with these folks? Well, I can't help but be attracted to the miasma of chaos, which is why this current band of jolly travel buddies piqued my interest. I suppose I just gravitate to the crazy, so to speak. Ever since I was a young lady, I had a thirst for entertainment, seeing it, being it, which certainly kept things interesting. My mother loved my imagination, my charisma. May she rest in peace, that darling, loving soul. My father, on the other hand, well, let's just say that he didn't share my love for the theater. Young ladies are not meant to be heard, Em. They're meant to be admired. Gross. Being preened to fit into high society was a real awakening. My father looked so proud every time I would perform like the young debutante he expected. Yet I found the whole dog and pony show to be tired and antiquated. So I went to college, expanded my horizons, met my match, my aquatic equal. Classic story, really. We meet, we fall in love, we make grand plans together, and alas, duty and status destroy your hopes and dreams. She was the very beginning and end of my taking anything seriously. But I digress. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that garbage. My father gifted me a ship when I was of age, and I set out for the great unknown. I grew up, grew out, and lost my way. As my reputation precedes me, I tend to be known as one who indulges in liquid courage as a means to an evening's end. If I can't be truly happy, then why not forget the whole day entirely? Nobody wants to get close to the drunk clown. It gets dark sometimes. Lonely. And then, lo and behold, I happen upon these creatures, thrown together by circumstance, bound by honor to protect one another. I admire their connection. I crave it. So to be concise, I find myself following these folks like a shadow because, well, I like them. It is a great benefit of life to be able to choose a family. Can only hope I don't drop a turd in the punch bowl.
And welcome back. So last we left off, I believe the crew was discussing a possible plan, or at least gaining or discussing information learned about the Gith ship that you are currently heading to. When we last left off as well, it was getting warmer in the ship, and Emmy kind of looked outside the window, reminiscing about her days back in college with the smoke-filled rooms. And Emmy, can you give me a perception check?
Get that if ready, man.
Hey, write it down. So yeah, fantastic. Yeah, well, again, it is very steamy. It's hard to see anything. It's hard to see anything. No one else was by windows, right? Well, actually, Minerva, you said you were. You said you looked out there.
Peeked out and then didn't see anything and then looked away, but I can do another perception while I'm there if you want. But...
Well, what was, you had what, a 16?
Yeah.
Or something like that, 16? No, you wouldn't, you wouldn't make that out. It's too far away. Okay. So yeah, the day continues. Continue with your meeting if you'd like.
I think the other thing I would have to say to it is, once we approach whatever ship they're on, we can just say, we're here to do business. We need a place to stay for the night. It sounds like they accept people like that aboard, so I think that should be our cover.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, man.
Yeah, and then I like Zox's idea of getting there, doing research, taking a look around the place. So we'll
get our foot in the door. Take a look around. Sure.
Kubrick is then like, all right, well, I'll get us there then. And he just stands up.
You sure you're fit to fly?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a natural flyer. Don't worry.
I'm going to roll insight on Kubrick.
Sure.
13.
Hard to read right now. He's a little drunk.
Right. Well, I remember remember that he can't really see the thread anyway, so I am going to go sit in the cockpit with him just to make sure he's going in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for the viewers who you may not be completely caught up or anything, Minerva currently has this tiny, very, very thin, almost barely not visible strand, like golden strand that, oh, sorry, not there, from her mask, the forehead of her mask that leads out to the destination because she wanted to locate Nolgatame, and her mask allows her to locate a single person every 7 days. So she hasn't located them yet, so it's still going. And yeah, so they're kind of following that at the moment, making sure they're following. But Cooper can't see it, even though he's an ASMR, which is odd.
You should be able to see it. Anyone with celestial blood can see it, but I guess not Kubrick.
Not Kubrick. But yeah, so he'll head back. You can head in there. What's everyone else doing? You kind of had this quick meeting about the Gith, and yeah.
Since I'm at my game, I'm probably just going to play it a little bit before I do anything else.
Sure. Yeah. Fantastic. Zin, what are you doing?
Not really sure yet. I mean, there's nothing she really can do. Maybe she'll just like. Does she want to work on the cannon again?
Does she want to work on the cannon again?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So the next piece that you have to configure, because currently your circuit board's fried, you're gonna need to get a new one of those. So you need to work on something else for now. Yeah. So there's this intersection that is going to, what is the piece that's going to cause the blast, like the EMP itself, and you need to coat that in, oh boy, what's it called? I have it written down. Arcade dust, I think. Arcade dust.
Yeah.
You have to carefully coat that, getting a nice even layer throughout. So I think what we're going to do for that one, Zin, is why don't we use, we're going to use, do you have jeweler's tools? Is it in jeweler's tools for this one?
Nope, but I can make some.
All right, what would you like to transform into jeweler's tools?
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm not sure she can because it needs to be thieves' tools or artisans' tools, and she doesn't have either of those. So
you might be stuck until you get to this ship for to try to go to the store.
Wait, she needs water or what?
She needs jeweler's tools to be able to apply the right amount of arcade dust to the inner section.
Well, now she has a shop.
Like my glass things can't. No, I mean something.
No, that glass blowing tool is different, completely different. Yeah. Now, what other tools do you have on hand? Because artisans' tools can count as other things as well, not just.
She has smith's tools and tinker's tools.
You could. A smith isn't a type of an artisan.
Tools.
So I would say mason's tools. That is part of an artisan as well. I feel like
I have mason's tools and carpenter tools on me.
Yeah, if you want to go around and find someone who has something that you can utilize, and pretty most of those, any type of occupation of sorts is some type of artisan. If they're a crafter, essentially, their tools would be considered artisan's tools.
Mm.
I think I could be wrong. Anyone can correct me if you'd like.
I have cartographer's tools, and they do say, they do mention, in the thing, proficiency with a set of artisan's tools lets you add blah blah blah. So I'm assuming that counts. So they all should count as artisan's tools.
Perfect. You could take your blacksmith tools if you want, and you can transform that into jeweler's tools if you'd like.
Okay, this might be a dumb question, but once she does that, can she change it back into whatever it was beforehand, or is it just like that now?
Oh no, you can change it back. It just takes an hour.
Okay, cool. Sweetness. So
you should, from what I'm understanding, you should be able to turn any artisan tool into any other artisan tool.
Yeah.
So you can do one and then back, or you can do one and then do a different one, a different one, a different one.
That's delightful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna do that.
All right. So yeah, you're gonna take an hour to do that, and then what's everyone else doing while Zin is taking this hour? Is anyone, Emmy, Tita, Zaxa?
Zoxa would like to return Emmy's sword to her now that he knows what it is. Because Zoxa cannot use a sword, and Zoxa especially cannot use a sword that does not want to be a sword. So, yeah, so he'll just kind of go up and be like, I found out that this thing does not like to battle, so I don't know what to do with it. And just...
Oh man. Well, maybe we should just ask it. I'm gonna try and take it out of the sheath and just ask it.
Yeah, as you pull it out of the sheath, you just hear like, "Ooh."
I know, I'm the worst. I was just wondering if you might be able to tell me, my friend, who you might be better suited to.
Well, of the 3 people who've held me so far, I would say the blue one. He doesn't seem to have any reason for swinging me around and giving me a headache.
What is it, pray tell, if you're not for being swung around and you're a sword? What is it, pray tell, that you do?
I do nothing. I like to be sheathed. I like to stay in the sheath.
Fair enough. And I'm just gonna put it back into the sheath. I'm gonna look at Zoxa and say, this is very high maintenance. I am not a high maintenance taker error of her. I can't.
All right, I'll find out something to do with it.
All right, so you're gonna hold on to it, Zoxa?
Yeah, I'll hold on to it.
Fantastic. All right, Emmy, what are you doing right now?
I was gonna go try and play the video game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you head over with Tita. The 2 of you were playing that. Zoxa, do you just go back to your room?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Emmy, you head over to where Tita is. Tita's like, he's already on the almost last level at this point. He knows how to beat it so easily at this point. It's just so you know, Emmy, it is not a video game. It is a simulation on how to fly and maneuver and fire the guns on the fighter pod, which you can clearly see. But
See,
Tita
it's
just,
how I flew it before.
yes. Any conversation you 2 want to have, or are you just kind of stand there and play?
Oh,
so
well, she's approaching me. I'm already playing
Yeah.
the game. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll like obviously acknowledge that you've come up. Is this like a one thing? Like, am I almost at the end? This is like a one like console.
Yeah, you have like 1 level left. Yeah.
All right. So as she walks over, I guess I'll just kind of like notice her and then be like, hey, probably just like another 2 minutes and then you can have a go.
Yeah, and you watch, Emmy, it's amazing to watch Tita play this because not only is he really fast with 2 hands, all the buttons and the things, he has 4. So he's just like everything. It's insane how fast he is with this game.
Very impressive, my friend. Very impressive. I don't know why you had me flying last time anyways.
I'm just going to stay focused because I'm on the last level. And then when I finish it,
Whoa,
I will.
Hold on. Who says you're going to finish this time?
Why would?
Just because you beat it before.
Right, fine. Oh, till I die, then. I'm going to stay focused until I die. And then I'm going to turn to Emmy because she just said the thing about why I shouldn't have let her fly or whatever. And then I'm just going to step to the side, kind of like allowing her to be at the helm and be, and then I guess just say like, because I know like this video game helps me fly. Like now I know how to fly. So I'll just kind of like, well, maybe if you keep practicing at this, you'll get a little better.
Well, I guess I'll give it a whirl. And then while Emmy starts it, she's also going to say, you know, a friend Kubrick said that he was really, he's like a natural at flying. Like he never went to school, but I'm not looking at Tito. I'm just looking at the screen.
Yeah.
I can't see him being a natural at anything but a dumbass.
I'm gonna like go to high five her, but then realize that she's playing the game. So then I'm just gonna take one of my other arms and like high five myself. And then as she says it and does the gagging, I will also kind of be like, like just kind of like, I mean, really kind of the only reason I know how to fly is because I did this simulator. There's no way I would have been able to just do it. I mean, I don't know.
I guess he can just do it. I don't understand. He seemed to do a pretty good job.
I don't know. He's weird.
Speaking of which, we're going to go to Minerva and Kubrick in the cockpit.
Hey, I want to have a conversation with him.
So yeah, Kubrick's there with you. He's like, oh, Minerva, you're going to be hanging out with me in the cockpit. Nice.
For a little bit. I want to make sure you're going the right way. You really can't see the thread?
I don't know why this is such a big deal to you, but no, I can't.
I just thought you would have been able to see it. Are you doing okay? I haven't seen you drink this much since party night on Isgard.
Yeah, no, Emmy came in and we were chatting and she passed me the bottle and I was like, why not?
You seemed a bit drunker than that when you came out of the mess hall, though. In my opinion.
Well, all right. So I guess, yeah, you're pretty perceptive. All right, maybe I have a flask. Maybe it has something in it. I don't know.
Okay, it's fine. I just want to make sure you're doing okay and stuff. I mean, you're the one.
Listen, I'm good. You know, obviously Azazel took me hard, but you know, I will. You guys are like my family, I guess, at this point, and I have really nowhere else to go. So I guess I'm sticking with it, regardless, with or without him.
Oh, he didn't even gag when he said that.
Can I ask you why Azazel sent you to us, if that's not too personal a question? I mean, you're a good pilot. I'm just wondering, you know, why he picked you.
I don't know. I guess he saw my skills one day and thought, ooh, that guy can pilot my ship. I don't know.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
Okay. Oh my god. All right, that's the 6.
Seems straightforward. It's tough to, you know, it's hard. He's just at the moment, he's just looking straight forward and flying. So, you know, he's not like giving too much of a facial expressions or anything. But yeah, he's flying. He's like, so if we could just stop talking about me for a quick second and get back to, you know, flying. I know you said that your thing is pointing this way, but I think that we could probably get there quicker if we kind of hug where the elemental chaos was, because we'll kind of circle around to where the mud meets the earth. You know, if we'd be closer if we're doing this instead of taking the long way. We just kind of cut in and go around. I think it would probably be faster. That's just me.
I have no reason to think that the thread I'm following isn't the fastest way. Personally, I'm kind of in favor of sticking to where it's going, just so that at least I know that we're on the right track. I'm worried that we could run into potentially more dangerous areas and get thrown off course if we go a different way.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I feel like we're gonna have to get close to it though to circumnavigate around the water, well, the ice at this point.
No, you're right, but I don't know. I'd rather not get close to it earlier than we need to.
All right, sure. So yeah, he continues on and whatnot. And yeah, eventually you come to a solid block of ice. As far as you look up, as far as you look down, the ship cannot go any further.
Keep going.
All right, Kubrick, I guess it's time to go the long way around.
All right. Wish we did that a couple hours ago. And you'll start to go around. And as you're kind of taking this, heading along the ice, you're kind of looking at it, Minerva. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. It just stretches as far as you can see in pretty much every direction. And as you're continuing, you're kind of like looking out and whatnot. As you get to kind of where the water plane is converging with the others, you kind of hit that point very close to where the center of the elemental chaos was before. I would like you to make a perception check.
Scared. All right. Okay. All right. That's a 9 plus 6.
15.
15.
So if you remember, when Plonk touched the elemental chaos and got sucked in, and the whole thing destroyed, and everything started to become chaotic and crazy and whatever. The ball in the center, that undulating mass, ended up dissipating once that being came out of it. But as you pass it now, you see that where that colorful swirling orb once was is now a smaller brown and green orb that is just swirling where it once was.
Touch it again.
It's much smaller, actually. What?
Touch it again.
Touch it again, yeah. She kind of just like looks at it and just thinks of Plonk for a moment and hopes she's okay wherever she might be.
All right.
I don't think we're going to stop there.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk to Kubrick about?
No, after a while, actually, I was gonna leave because I want to go talk to someone else, but after I step out of the cockpit, I'm gonna use the communicator to ask Modi if he can come up and make sure Kubrick is, staying at least within sight of the thread, hopefully.
I can keep an eye on him. We're just kind of heading along the chaos here and kind of cutting through the mud.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
The thread should still be there somewhere, so I want to make sure that someone has eyes on it. Since
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch for you. No problem.
Thanks.
And he'll go sit with Kubrick. Let's see. Emmy, you are playing video games. Zin, you finish your tool switch out to the jeweler's kit. What are you going to try to apply this dust, this arcade dust? I didn't hear anything you said. I don't think you're on mute, but it's just not working.
All right. Well, I said that I would because I sure would like to.
Fantastic. So it's going to be a delicate process. It's going to be a dexterity check plus your proficiency for the tools.
Oh, dear Lord. Here we go. That is a 13 plus 5, so 18. 18.
Okay. It takes you a bit of time, obviously, but you very carefully, you install this block, this magical or this EMP style block up into the turret part of the gun, and very carefully with the jeweler's kits and like the little brush, You start brushing the arcade dust on there carefully. Yeah, it takes you a few hours to get it completely covered, and you kind of check it over a few times, make sure it has the right amount. And yeah, you think that you are good to go on that feature of the gun in the cannon. It's early evening. It's getting pretty late by the time you finish all of that up. But yeah, whereabouts are you at this point working on that?
Isn't it like near the engine room?
I think that's where you started. Yeah, you were kind of in the engine room working on stuff over there.
So if I finished working on that, I'd probably just like go to my room, I guess. I don't really have anywhere else to go.
Right. Zoxa, are you still doing your thing in your room?
I just put him in the bathroom because he's going to the bathroom.
Oh. Okay.
All right, he washed his hands afterwards. I just want that. He stood next to the sink for a minute.
PSA, everyone wash your hands for 20 seconds.
Wash your hands.
Thank you, Sarah, for the demonstration.
In between.
Yeah. In betwixt the fingers.
You gotta do the nails.
Oh, yeah.
Nails, yeah.
So anyway.
Yes, he's back in his room.
Yeah. And T to Emmy, I'm sure you guys you're not still playing that game.
No, but
what time is it?
Snack.
Yeah, what time is it? I'm hungry. Probably.
Well, I will say this: you finish playing when you finish playing. So if you want to play for a few hours, fine. Then go get some food. If you want to play the whole time, you want to only play for a short time.
Snack. Food's happening.
All right. So for a little bit, and then you go and grab some food from the mess. Sure. Minerva, anything else?
Yeah,
Good to
I
go.
want to go find Zin.
Zin, yes. I would say this is right after you left Kubrick.
Yeah.
So you probably find her in the engine room, nose deep in this gun. She's like real close to it, trying to like really carefully apply this dust.
Does she still have the shield with her?
Well, it's up to you. Do you have it hanging on the back of your chair, or did you move it?
Yeah, I think I'd have it on my chair just to
hang on the back. Yeah.
So she kind of just like walks up and like she stays like behind you a little bit because like you look really, really focused with what you're doing. So I guess kind of just behind you, you hear her and she just says, "That's Onland's, isn't it?"
Yeah. Tita had it handed it over, I guess.
Good. I'm sure he would have wanted you to have that.
Yeah.
What?
No, what?
No, I was just gonna say, I don't know. I guess I'm sorry, and are you okay? I know you haven't really talked much about what happened with the Halo and with Amon.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Rolling back now, so might as well move forward.
You might be the most well-adjusted person here. Well, he went down fighting. I mean, it was pretty obvious from the way I found him, but I don't know. If it's any comfort, just know that I brought him over to the Ioun Shrine and I said a couple prayers for him.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, I figured you should. I actually had a different question for you though, but you seem to be a little busy, so I could come back later if you want, or.
What is it?
how did Azazel bring you onto the spite team with the Halo ship? I'm just curious.
To be true with you, it wasn't really it wasn't, I mean, obviously he was involved, but it wasn't really Azazel. It was more Anlam. He saw me kind of in my element and, you know, doing the things that I do, making something out of nothing, and thought I would be beneficial to have around. So he did the talking for me. I never saw Azazel.
I see. Well, I don't know. I know a lot of bad stuff has happened, but I'm glad that he brought you along.
I'm glad to have somebody, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So, you never actually met the Solar then?
No.
But you were okay with being part of his team and doing what he had us do?
To be honest with you, it was more of I was excited to get out there. I'd never really left where I was from. I was very sheltered, and the idea of going to space and being inside of a piece of technology out in the universe and seeing all of these different people and the things that they make, it wasn't really about the missions for me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, it's incredible. Like, sure, a lot of bad things have happened, but there's been a lot of really, really incredible things too that we've seen. But where are you from? I don't think I've ever asked you that before.
I'm from Arborea.
Nice. I can't say I've ever been there, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, I guess I sort of just wanted your opinion or your impression of Azazel, because I don't know. I have a lot of conflicting feelings, and me and Modi are close, but I'm honestly not sure if Modi would understand fully a lot of the things I'm conflicted about, because I mean, it's not my place to tell everything, but as much as I know, Azazel kind of helped Modi out of a really bad place. So I don't know if my doubts about the Solar would be as recognizable to Modi. So I guess that's just why I wanted to know how you felt.
Well, I mean, if you want a truly unbiased opinion, I'm probably your best bet.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, yeah, maybe at some point I will talk about things a little bit more, but you do seem busy, and I feel like I've interrupted your time. So I'll be going.
All right. I am sorry about everything.
I mean, like you said, it's done and we have to move forward, right? I'm gonna keep telling myself that, so thanks for saying it.
You're welcome, I guess.
All right, she'll walk away.
All right. Is there anything anyone would like to do before bed?
Oh yeah, while I'm with Emmy.
Sure.
Wait, you're in the thing with me, right? We're like having snacks.
Oh yeah, snacks in the mess hall, yeah.
While we are snacking in the mess hall, I will take out the newly created bong that we just worked on. And I'm just gonna obviously like be smoking it and offer it, but then like I'm just gonna start talking for a second. Hey, I just wanted to thank you again for helping me make this. I think I'm gonna name it Frankie.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Like Frankenstein. That's good. That's good.
Hey, I kind of had a question actually. I hadn't really thought about it, but in making the bong, I was thinking about Genevieve, obviously, and then I was thinking about Rizzoli, which got me thinking about Doc. What happened?
You know, she's gonna be like choking back tears.
I'm gonna I feel like he probably wasn't anticipating that type of a reaction from her, so he's kind of gonna like panic for a second. And yeah, I guess like shove the bong in her face, like don't cry, smoke this.
So you're right. Okay, thank you.
So while she's hitting it, I'm gonna be like, because I don't know I feel like I know nothing about anything that right. She just came back alone, so she's gonna be crying. I'm gonna shove the bong in her face and just be like, I'm sorry, did he like die or something?
Well, we'll just say I don't really remember much, but so help me, I will find my ship again. It's just not at the top of my list at the moment.
How did you lose it?
You know, I really don't recall. I woke up on a planet alone not alone, with Mick Dagger.
Okay.
And I think they just abandoned me. Dare I say the word mutiny?
That sounds terrible.
So I'm just gonna try and take back the again. Little tears.
Where do you think it is?
I have a feeling that it'll find its way back to me if it wants to.
Okay, well, I mean, if you need any help. And then I'm going to use like all 4 of my arms and like thumbs to myself. And then I'm just gonna smoke and chill. That's it. I'm just gonna smoke and I'll go back to eating. Unless you have anything else you want to say. That's it.
She's definitely putting off a really sad vibe.
I'm gonna
for once she really doesn't really have much to say. She just
I'm gonna slide my chair over and then put both of my like that side arms like on you. Like a shoulder and then maybe like a back. Like
we're having a moment. This is precious.
All right. Anything else before bed for anyone?
Yes. In looking for his other journals to consolidate more, he find members the silver locket that he had found underwater, and he would like to identify / investigate this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna cast identify?
Well, do I know that it's magical?
You don't know either way.
Let's start with investigation.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of take this little locket and you kind of look it over. It's silver. It seems like it's tough to tell, maybe silver or platinum in that wheel helm. Looking at the locket, it looks like it's shaped like almost like a clamshell. And when you pop it open to take a look inside, there's some type of like paper like pulp inside. Maybe at some time there was a picture or a message or something inside, but at this point it's dry pulp at this point because the water has evaporated. But you would assume with your intelligence that when it was underwater, it leaked in, and just over time, whatever was inside is just mush.
All right, so in the description of prestidigitation, it says that I can instantly clean or soil an object. Would I be able to clean this to get an idea of what it could have been?
With the pulped paper?
Yes, the papery.
It's like a wad. It's like a wad of what used to be wet paper. Like it's like when you wash your pants with a piece of paper, like a note or something inside, and then you get it back out, and it's a ball of just, you can't tell what's on it. It's just, yeah, it just falls apart in your hands when you try to take it apart.
All right, what if I try to flavor it?
Are you eating the ball?
I'm kidding.
Paper.
Oh my god.
No, I feel like
I'm just work with me. I don't know.
The spell mending would probably put the paper back together, but that's not necessarily going to fix words that were on it or an image that was on it.
Perfect. I do not have mending.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So I will. Oh, Emmy does. I will identify anyway, just in case.
Yeah, you take some time, and it comes back as not magical. It just seems, it does come back as a platinum necklace, and there's no magic to it. But with the ability of the spell, it does tell you that it's worth roughly 150 credits.
Interesting. I also have a spell scroll. That I will definitely identify.
Sure. Are you doing these as rituals or just casting the spells?
As rituals, taking
take some time. Sure. As you unroll this scroll and you kind of you take a look at it, when you investigated it before and made an Arcana check, you tried to discern what type of spell this was. You were unsuccessful. It seemed like it was a little bit more powerful than what you're used to at this point. And when you first looked at it, it was just all weird symbols and whatnot that you couldn't understand. But as you identify the spell, it's almost as though those symbols kind of morph and change into a language that you can understand. And when you kind of read through the spell, it is Private Sanctum.
Private Sanctum. Interesting.
It's a 4th level spell. But yeah, that is what you find within the scroll case that Tita gave you.
Cool. I don't think I have anything else to discover.
Okay. So you all bed down for the evening. Kubrick kind of leaves things on drift and kind of checks on it every once in a while. About halfway through the evening, maybe 2 a.m., you hear ding dong. Oh, where's my hat? Hey everyone, I know it's really late / really early, but we are approaching what looks to be this weird bubble. I don't know if you want to maybe Minerva take a look with me, and then
I'll be right there. She gets up very groggily and trudges over to the cockpit.
Sure. Anyone else want to join as well? You all would have heard
very
this.
Interested in weird bubbles.
Yeah. You do remember the Rollick sphere bubble? That was interesting.
That was very interesting.
It kept all the sound in.
Yes, it did.
Raya Merkfin was there.
Hickory Merkfin. So Minerva, you run up to Zox. You said you're going to, or yeah?
Yes.
Okay. The two of you run up to the cockpit, and when I say run, I mean Minerva runs and Zoxa just strolls because running he might, break an ankle.
I feel like I'm trudging
Trudging. Oh yeah, like half asleep. Like
I don't have any coffee, and it's really early. So.
Yeah. So you just kind of make your way in begrudgingly, and you take a peek out the forward hatch there, and you can see exactly what Kubrick said. It's far away, so it's hard to make out specific detail, but there is a massive bubble just far ahead.
Is my thread leading to it or in a different
Leads
direction?
directly to it.
Awesome. Well,
great.
I think that's where we're heading. Kubrick, is there any way we can keep drifting and get there in the morning once we're all sufficiently rested, or are we going to get there soon?
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
All right.
For sure. I'll kind of keep it on, a slow drift, and I'll stay here. I won't go back to bed. I'll just stay and make sure nothing happens.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. All right. Well, I'll wake you if anything else happens.
Thank you. Try to rest if you're not going to sleep at least.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Right.
Anything you wanted to say or do, Zox, while you're there?
Zox still wants to stay with Kubrick at the helm because he is still interested in the big giant bubble.
Yeah.
And wants to see if anything's going to come out of it.
All right. Yeah, so you sit up there at the helm next to Kubrick. About an hour goes by, and you guys are just drifting. Nothing seems to happen really in that particular amount of time. But after you've been drifting for a bit, you begin to see some ships approaching. And they're not just approaching from one direction, they're kind of approaching from all directions. You see maybe 5 or 6 of them on the scanners coming toward you. They are made of crude dark metal, but you can see that these particular ones have some type of purple painted emblems on them. And they begin to kind of circle and kind of, like if you're in the center, they kind of put a few in front, a couple in back, and they begin to escort you. And a transmission starts to come in. Kubrick's like, what is... Oh boy, what is this? Should I get Minerva?
I'll just look over and say, I think you should call Minerva. And
yeah, I will. So he calls you. This time he sets it to just Minerva as to not wake everyone. Minerva, sorry. It's only been an hour since you went back to bed. Sorry, but we now have an escort. We got like 6 ships around us. If you would like to come back up here, that would be fantastic.
All right. Yeah, sure. She'll walk a little bit quicker this time.
Yeah. Zoxa, now you're there with Kubrick. You see this transmission light just keeps blinking.
I'll flick it on. I know Minerva's on her way.
Yeah. As you do that, you can see this. It's almost like a Dijon mustard colored skin. He's
Gross.
got like, this humanoid seems to, from the physical stature, seems maybe male. No facial hair. He's got like this very thick, wiry hair that just shoots straight up into like almost like spikes and whatnot. And he comes over the intercom and he's like, "What is your business in our sector?"
What sector are we in?
You have entered the mud sector.
Just look at Kubrick and I was like, is this where we were going to?
Yeah.
Well, we're in the right place. We are looking for... we don't know the name of the ship. Mm-hmm. We just know that it's a ship. The The Gith Yankee ship.
He nods. He's like, I'm a Gith Yankee, and this is my ship. Are you searching for this ship or another? It's at this point where Minerva steps in as well. And Minerva, you see this humanoid creature, as I described on the screen in front of Zoxa. Go ahead, Zoxa, sorry.
He's going to say, I believe the ship we're looking for is bigger than your ship.
You're looking for the Unity. Very well. What is your purpose there?
Can I step in?
Yes.
Good, because he steps out. Not all, just like, she's here, she'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been traveling for a while. We're looking for a place to stay for a little bit. We heard that there's a large Gith Yankee ship that sometimes will let wayward travelers stay, restock their supplies for a little bit.
As much as I would like to say that it is indeed a Gith Yankee ship, it is not. We are a unit now. The Gith Yankee and the Gith Zerai live in unity together.
Sorry, forgive me for that slip up. But yes, we are looking for a place to stay for a little bit of time in our travel.
Very well. Not far now. Follow our artillerists.
And you see 4 of them kind of fly away, and then 2 pull up in front of the gun, and you can they're kind of leading the way, if you will.
Will do. Thanks for the escort.
Transmission ends, and you begin to follow a couple of what you would assume are some type of fighter gunships that they own. And I will, just for fun, if roll 20 is still up, fantastic. I'm going to bring up a new screen. So as you all, hold on, you can't see this one yet. There we go. Should change for you momentarily.
There it is.
As you all approach, you are coming from I'll ping down here. That's your ship with the fighter pod and the transport attached. And you are heading in. You are following a couple of these little purple ships, which I will in front of you. And they are leading you toward the bubble. Okay. Is there anything in particular Minerva, Zoxa, or I guess Kubrick would like to do as you are in approach?
As we get closer, I'd like to try and cast Detect Magic on whatever this bubble is.
Yes, you are still very far from the bubble, and Detect Magic is what, 30 feet away?
Yes, so I mean, we would be like entering it as I'm casting it.
Yeah. So, okay, good. So as you are making your way, we'll say that the ships begin to follow, and you see, as you get close, before you're even within range to make that check, or cast that spell, I should say, you notice that as you're kind of watching, and now I'm sure you all know Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't remember the planet, but they have those protective shield with all the ships that kind of keep it powered. It's a similar situation to that. They're not sporadically scattered all around. There's literally just a ring of ships that go around this massive ship, and that is what's forming a protective bubble of sorts. You can see that Zoxa, that energy is like out of, like, with these ships are kind of emanating that energy.
Okay. Interesting.
And as the 2 purple emblazoned ships get really close to that, you see one of the ships that's keeping the bubble formed disengage from the group, and when they do, a hole kind of forms in the bubble, allowing your ship and their 2 ships to head inside.
I want to look at Minerva and just say, this might be a problem for a quick escape.
So your ship.
Do you know anything about magic that disables shields?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that as well.
All right. Well.
Kubrick's like, well, it looks like the shield is being generated in the front of the ship. So if we're leaving, if we're trying to make an escape and we need to make a hole, we can probably just blow up one of those ships.
That is, it might work. I mean, who's to say that it wouldn't? But
I'll look into other options, but that is our only one momentarily. Momentarily? At the moment.
At the moment. Well.
Well, I guess. I guess we're going to be docking very soon. So if you want to get people up, or I don't know what you want to do, but I'm just going to kind of get us situated, I suppose.
All right. I think we should let them sleep unless there's a reason to wake them up.
All right, sure. And you can see that those two ships kind of, once you get to, now, as you're approaching this massive ship, it is huge. Probably the largest ship either of you have ever seen. Zox, obviously, you haven't seen a ton of ships. But regardless, the largest ship you've ever seen. It looks like, judging from the row, like the rows of windows that it has, it looks as though it might have 3 floors and then something below. It's difficult to tell. It looks like there's some room below without windows. But it looks like whatever this lower level is that's right above the one with no windows, it looks like there's it's like the slits, like openings along the ship. And as you're kind of careening around, you can see that there's a ton of ships parked inside. There is, similar to Star Wars, they have like that energy shield similar to your Halo ship. They have that energy shield that covers, blocks out the atmosphere from those areas. So Kubrick's like, all right, Minerva, I think they want us to dock. Should we do so? Okay. And yeah, Kubrick will bring
I don't think we should not do that right now.
So yeah, Kubrick sets the gun down, yeah, he's like, so I'm leaving this one to you. I've never been in a situation like this, Minerva.
Well, can't say that I have either, but unless anyone says that, we need to move to another location should we want to stay on the ship, I think we should just finish our rest here.
Sure. And as you say that, you see a couple of Githyanki soldiers. Oh, sorry, not Githyanki. In this particular case, they're Githzerai. These ones, they have no hair on the top of their heads, but they have like little thin, long mustaches. Some have like smaller, like little just poof beards that are very wiry as well. And you see 2 of them dressed in these blood red robes, and they're beginning to head toward your ship.
Shall we greet the promenade?
Yeah. I'll press the button to like lower the ramp or open the door or whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay. Kubrick's like, if you want, I can just stay here. I'll come with you if you want, but it's up to you.
Stay here for now.
Sure. Okay. So you and Zoxa make your way down to the cargo bay, where the gangway is, and you can start heading down. And as you start to walk off, you can see this area where the ships are parked. It's massive. It spans like, it looks as though when you were flying in, it looked like there was multiple bays that you could land in. In fact, you landed in Docking Bay Platform D. And yeah, you can see tons of different ships, many different beings of different races. They're all, carrying supplies back to their ships. They might be just, leisurely strolls. You can see where this room ends, there's some glass paneling, and it looks like beyond this massive parking area, there looks like maybe a large hallway of sorts. You can see tons of figures just moving back and forth along the hallway.
Okay. I want to say to Zoxa as we're walking down, so what do you think about Kubrick's blast a hole in the shield plan?
I'd rather not blast anything if we could help it.
Agreed. I think that should be last resort.
There might be another way. I'll make sure to look into that first.
Okay. Yeah. Like you said, we need to spend a lot of time doing research here. So I think that could be a good thing to find out as well.
Agreed.
As the two of you start to walk down the gangway, you're greeted by these two Gith Zerai in this blood red robes. And one of them looks up and says,
"Welcome to Unity.
Thank you for hosting us.
It is our pleasure. We just ask that you do not start any fights and leave your weapons on the ship when traveling throughout Unity."
All right. Do we have a lot of people sleeping aboard our ship right now. Are we allowed to finish our rest in there, or do we have to...
Of course. You are in docking platform D for visitors. You may stay as long as you would like.
Thank you.
And then he nods.
Is there anything we can help you with at the moment?
I look briefly at Zoxa.
I'm just kind of...
Very well. Enjoy your stay. If you need lodging, all along this hallway, you will find it. If you're looking for supplies or fuel, weapons, food, you can find it on the western side of the ship.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
And kind of bows their heads, and they turn around and begin to walk away. What do you do?
I suppose we could head back to the ship for now.
Yeah. Minerva just kind of says, like, you know, like, I'm assuming that, like, the other two are out of earshot, but she'll say it quietly enough, I guess. I don't like that we have to leave our weapons in the ship.
I believe it may be for the best.
You're probably right. I mean, I know we all agreed that we shouldn't go in ready for a fight with this one, but I don't know. I keep thinking about what Emmy said about trying to help other people that are stuck here, and if we decide to do that, we are going to need weapons. So, or at least I am. I don't have any magic.
Well, I guess that's where I would come in.
All right. So do you two bed down for the rest of the evening?
Yeah.
I would say that the two of you probably sleep a little bit later than everyone else. But yeah, you can all get a long rest. If you used anything on the trip, it's all back. Besides your mask, Minerva. Your mask still has that slight golden strand, and it seems to be pointing down, kind of down at an angle toward the lower area of this ship.
Okay.
But yeah, nevertheless, you bed down, get some rest. You all wake up in the morning, and the day is yours. What would you like to do? Oh yeah, the rest of you, Tita, Zin, and Emmy, you wake up, look out the window, and you are inside some type of docking bay on a ship. So
Can we tell that we're like inside of a bubble?
Not really. I would say probably not from where you are. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see out.
I just didn't know if I had to freak out or not. That's all.
No. Yeah, you look like you're in some type of platform within the ship, and there does seem to be some type of force field keeping the elements out. Oh, and I will mention Zoxa and Minerva, when you were heading in, the ships that created that bubble, same make and model, as the ones that escorted you, except they have like I guess it's kind of white-ish, like a white-ish emblem over. It's kind of like not clear, but as clear as white, like you can, as clear as you can get white, I suppose. But they have an emblem, and there is you do see a very large white ship, a little bit larger than your gun 792. With, I guess both of you are fairly intelligent. With your intelligence the way it is, especially you, Zaxa, this sounds like what one was talking about when he said he saw a larger ship, something of this size. So maybe one of these. You do also notice another one of those larger ships docked, maybe being refueled, and it has a blue emblem on it. So I just want to give you that information, and now the day is yours.
Do I recognize any of the emblems, like just seeing them?
The emblem is the same. The emblem is the same all around. It just seems to be represented with different colors. And you as you were approaching, you could see on the top of the Unity, it was the main symbol. So you're assuming it is the symbol of Unity, and they just all work together as one.
Maybe one color is the Gith Yankee, the other is the Gith Sarai.
Well, at this point, you've seen 3.
Oh, and the last one is just the Unity. I was just grasping at straws.
Well, the large symbol for Unity on the Unity ship is black. One of the ships docked to the Unity has the blue emblem. The larger, it's not larger than the Unity by no comparison. But it's larger than those little fighters that you were.
Right.
So you've seen, I would say, the main Unity has the black symbol, and you've seen 3 other colors on ships: blue, like that clearish white, and purple at this point.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
So you are, I would assume you all come together, congregate, whatever it is, now that you're on this platform.
All right. Well, I mean, I know what my mission is. I have to go find Nolgatame, but I'm not going to try to bust her out until we actually have a plan. I just want to know where she's located. I'm okay handling that if other people have other things that you want to do. I know Zaxa was talking about research, and the ship could use repairs if we want to think about that as well, but I know where I'm heading for today.
Do we know what is offered here?
Not specifically, but the people that Zaxa and I talked to once we docked here said that there's food, fuel, other items on the western side of the ship, so that might be a place to look for supplies we need.
Oh, all right.
And the lodging
definitely wouldn't mind a good meal if they have it.
The lodging, they said, was wherever you said it was. I don't remember.
It's on the side that you are on. Like, you can see the hallway for all the lodging from where you are.
Okay,
through,
cool.
like, the glass panes.
Cool.
So what's the approach? Minerva, are you doing recon?
I'm gonna go find where Nolgatame is. I'm not gonna free her yet, but I'm gonna find where she is, and then we can make a plan on what to do.
Very well. I guess I'll stay here.
Okay.
I'm trusting you, Minerva.
I'm trusting you not to do anything dumb while we're away.
I think by now you should know. I'm not doing anything that would jeopardize Nolgatame.
Valid. Do you want one of the communicators in case there is anything that comes up?
If you want to give me one, sure.
I look at everyone else. I mean, I think I should keep mine since I'm doing something alone, but if anyone else is planning on staying in pairs or in a group.
All right, I can give him mine.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Modi.
Yeah, Modi will take it out and give it to Gherkin.
All right, and I guess I'm just gonna say, Coop, since number 1 staying on the ship, you got free reign.
Oh, that's fantastic news. I can't wait to see what they've got on this ship. Anyone want to come with? He like looks around to everyone.
Not that I want to go with you, but I do need to re-up on some supplies.
Fine. Okay. Anyone else?
I like the backhanded not compliment.
Yeah.
That was the.
I don't think
Um,
it's,
I'm
exactly.
just gonna like what that look of avoidance when you're like, no.
He's looking around. Tita, you want to come?
I'm just gonna like look at Emmy like I'm going with you, not with him. Like I'm just gonna make the face like don't make yeah.
No, that's fine. I'll head out on my own. I'll see what I can find around here.
Kubrick.
Yeah.
I need to do research first, but then I do have things to do in the shops. I can meet you there later.
What type of research you doing? I am very good at doing research. Ask Zin.
Just looks at Zin already with doubt on his face.
We did do research together. That is what we did do.
We did it. Yeah.
That we do.
Well, who knows? That's up to
Oh, you're welcome to join me if you'd like.
Well, it depends. Like, what are you researching?
I need to. I believe there's another way to get through this shield if we need to, without destroying any of these ships.
You know what, Zoxa? I think you should come with me. Reason being, I like to talk to people. The best way to find that information, talking. You're not going to find it anywhere else, right?
We will. The gagging. Well, we need to be careful what we say to people. If we're explaining that we're trying to make a quick escape, they might be suspicious.
Oh, well, why would you even say quick escape?
Good point, Kubrick.
Thank you. All right. Well, Emmy, you said you're coming too? All right, let's head out.
Have to. As she drinks the rest of her liquor.
Zen, I believe what you said got cut off. I don't know. What did you say?
I was thinking I'll probably tag along. I mean, there's things that need to be repaired, and I'm not sure I have everything I need, so.
The more the merrier. Tita?
Yeah, I'm obviously coming.
Ah, fantastic. All right. Modi's like,
I can either come with you, or Minerva, if you need someone with you, I could tag along. I don't know how stealthy I am if you're trying to sneak around, but
I think I should do this first part by myself, but
yeah.
once I figure out what's going on, I'll definitely be asking for help. So.
Well, I'm definitely going to stretch my legs. So, Kubrick, I guess I'm following you.
Fantastic. Gang's all here. Let's go. Let's do this.
Gang's all here.
So you all begin to head off. Minerva, are you going to do any like prep on the ship before you go? Or are you just going to kind of like just start roaming around on your own?
She's just going to start roaming around. If it looks like areas that she's not supposed to be going into, then she has a couple of plans, but as of right now, she's just going to start roaming.
Sure. All right, so we'll kind of leave you for a sec here. You kind of go off and do your own thing. Yeah.
I would like to pull Minerva aside and just look at you very seriously and say, every time that we've separated, something has happened. Be careful.
If I need anything, I'll just, I've got this, and none of us are going to be that far from each other this time, so I'll be careful.
It is a pretty big ship, man.
And we're going without weapons.
like bigger than 5 miles big? I thought it was smaller. This is like me out of character. I thought
Yeah.
it was smaller than 5 miles.
I would say it's probably front to our forward to aft is probably about 3 miles long.
Okay. And like the communicators work as long as the person's within 5 miles, right?
Yep. Yeah, communicators should work in here. There shouldn't be, unless there's something that's dampening them, they should work fine.
All right. Yeah, if I need anything, I'll reach out. If it looks like it's too much for one person, I'll come back. But I've got some ideas, and I think I might be able to travel better and find her if I'm by myself.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So you kind of go off on your own, and we'll chat about that at some point. But everyone else, you leave the gun 792. You head across this hangar. You can see there's a large area that is open to the hallway, kind of like there's no doors or anything. It's just open hallway. And as you step out into this, it's almost like a bustling street corner, kind of like in a city. But your choices are left or right. Where would you like to go? Right brings you toward the front of the ship, and left brings you to the back.
We want to go to the west of the ship, correct? For the
shops, yeah.
Neither of these are the paths, though, that lead to that side.
Zin's just going to start reeling to the left. Y'all can follow
Okay.
along.
Heading to the left. All right, sounds good. So yeah, you continue heading to the left. And as you're walking, you're kind of same hangar. Walking and wheeling as you are traversing the hallway. Emmy, as you're walking, you're not drunk at this point. Like you took a few sips, you might be a little tipsy, nothing crazy, but you're walking and out of nowhere you just trip over nothing, just flat on your face. And as you're like, oh, we're standing back up. So sorry, I don't know what just happened. You stand up and your eyesight just looks out into the platform that you were all on, and you see a familiar sight. Your baby, the Bolt 960, parked in the same platform the Gun 79 is parked in. And that's where we're going to end for the evening. So yeah, I hope I hope everyone enjoyed. I certainly had a fun time tonight. This was great. We will be back next Friday. Catch us then. And don't forget, Wednesday is going to be the second episode of Adventures of Plonk. So check it out. We'll see you then. Thanks for staying and watching this late.